"Behold, I have arrived, O chosen one," announced a strange, unfamiliar voice, which then muttered under its breath, "What a stupid place to put the water." The cat flap cluttered, and a kerfuffle was heard at the back door. An anxious little kitten awoke and tried to see what was happening, but was unable to discern the cause of the disruption. "So much for grand entrance. The superior cosmic being gets resplendent bright lights, choirs and messengers singing its arrival, but me, no. What do I get? I got a cat flap that's too darn small, a soggy foot and utter darkness, and a racket loud enough to wake the dead. For heaven's sakes, not too much to ask for, really, is it?" "What's going on? What's going on? I cannot see," cried a young cat from somewhere in the kitchen. "Hang on, open your eyes, chuffing cat flap," said the irritated voice. "My eyes are open, but I cannot see." "It's okay, dude, just chill your beans," said the unannounced visitor. "One of the humans probably hasn't turned the light on yet." "But it's so dark and I cannot see anything." A loud thump was heard. "Well, maybe just chill out, dude. Sit down and don't move about until your eyes adjust, or you're just going to bump into something." "It's too late to just done that." "One of the beings will turn the light on soon, so just sit still, chill, relax, and... Oh, somebody turn the freaking light on!" As the hullabaloo settled, darkness encompassed the young cat and his visitor. The usual noises could be heard, seeming so unusual in the darkness, making the kitten twitchy and jumpy. "What was that?" "What now? What was what?" "That! There it is again!" "What?" "That! What?" "That noise!" "What noise?" "That tapping noise!" "What tapping noise?" "That tapping noise!" "It's the blooming tap! For pity's sake, dude, just chill your beans! Just relax! For a chosen one, you're rather anxious. Was expecting some sort of bold, fearless tiger." The dripping water on a metal sink echoed through his still property. As their eyes adjusted to the dark light, the guest cat lay down next to the whimpering kitten and closed his eyes. How can you sleep at a time like this?" "Any time was a good time to sleep, and I definitely need a nap after such a failed entrance," said what appeared to be possibly another cat as it flexed its long tail before slouching to the floor alongside him. But what about the perils within the darkness? What if something breaks in and eats us? What if a zombie dog should wander in and take us in its mouth? The stings of rotten flesh. What if you just shut up and stop worrying? Chill, relax, let those beans cool down, dude." Yawning, the visiting Moggy settled down once more, as the timid dark tabby beside him lay down, shivering nervously. Every little sound made the young cat jump and gasp. His wide dark eyes searched the dim room that they were in, looking for would-be monsters that lurked under the chairs, units and tables. "I don't think I can put up with this much longer, man." Okay. Let's start this again. Songs, cat flap, and water. "Lo! I am here, O chosen one. I come to reveal and explain to you the secrets of the mystical arts." "What's the mystical arts?" "The mystical arts which work with us and through us since the dawn of time until the end of everything, when the universe dissolves and becomes a bit like a custard-like substance, but without the vanilla extract for flavouring. Anyway, I have approached you to teach you the principles of these mysteries that work in, through, and with us. Sound good to you?" Okay. "Good. Now then, first things first, what is your name?"
Puddles?"
"Well, nice to meet you, Puddles. A curious name indeed for a chosen one. Why are you called Puddles? Enlighten me."
"Well, whenever I get scared, I pee myself, you see."
That probably explains the ad hoc placement of water within his kitchen. I fear I may have stepped in some earlier. Anyway, young Puddles, my name is Marmalade."
He paused, looking at the small kitten and examining him. An almost surprised look grew on his face as he pulled back and reviewed the small, nervous Puddles.
"So you're the chosen one?"
"Am I?"
"Yes, apparently so."
"What's a chosen one?"
"Well, the chosen one is a hero, a messenger, a bringer of hope, and I never expected to be a small, incontinent, timid tabby. Anyway, who am I to judge? So, young Puddles, I have been sent to teach you the mystical arts. So first of all, we're going to turn that blooming light on by staring at that small white panel on the wall.
Staring at that panel? Doesn't seem very mystical, mind.
Yes, by staring at that white panel on the wall, eventually the light comes on. Trust me.
So they stared at the small white rectangle on the wall, which encased the light switch. Marmalade began making a purring sort of noise as he contemplated. The staring continued for a good while in silence.
I'm bored, said Puddles. Keep going, bro, keep going. Just relax into it. This is called contemplation, dude, and it's part of the mystical arts, alongside meditation, the law of attraction, and how not to get your butt kicked by Mildred, who lives at 52 Blythe Crescent. So just focus your attention on that white panel.
The two cats continued to stare blankly at the small white panel on the wall beside the door, and after a short while, the door opened slowly. Puddles gasped. As the door hinge creaked, a faint trickle of water could be heard. Then a hand began to reach in, moving across the wall, and eventually turned the light on.
Bingo!
Yelled Marmalade. The sudden exclamation made Puddles jump, yet he also looked amazed. Well, how'd you do that?
The mystical arts, dude, the mystical arts.
However, after considering what happened, Puddles gained a curious look on his face. Hang on a minute, are you sure it's the mystic arts? It seemed like one of the humans came in and turned the light on. A frown adorned Marmalade's face, so he got up and paced around the kitten in a rather disappointed mood, giving the kitten a chance to observe his tutor and notice the long-haired ginger Persian cat's physique, his size, poise and posture. Placing his visage right in front of the kitten's face, he narrowed his eyes.
I don't like this cynicism, dude. If you are to learn the ancient secrets from me, you need to open your mind and be less judgmental. I can't deal with negative energy, okay, dude?
Pulling himself back from the kitten, he continued.
So, you are probably wondering what teachers of the mystical arts do. Well, we reveal things, prophesy things, ponder things, know things, tweak things, deliver messages about things, have visions regarding things. Oh, and write a lot of poetry.
That's a lot of things.
And the poetry, dude. Don't forget about the poetry.
What's poetry? Marmalade cleared his throat and poised himself to perform a poem.
When a supreme being requireth a task, like delivering a message or a get-well card, do as we must for the great being to whom we pray, such things as the shopping or cleaning the litter tray. No job is too little or too large, whether 'tis to fetch forth heroes, treats, or a packet of lard.
There was a pause, a silence for what potentially would be applause, but none came. Marmalade looked at Puddles, who had a blank expression covering his face, then sighed.
Right then, lesson numero 1, interconnectedness. All things are inexplicably entwined. For example, the light gives life to the corn makes cereal in which the milk is poured, which is consumed by catlets and other beings. Thus, all things are connected.
Puddles looked perplexed. How?
Listen again! The light gives life to the corn makes the cereal on which milk is poured, which is then consumed, so the cow and the corn become entwined. Nature doesn't make an animal that produces both cereal and milk, does it? No! In fact, what would a creature even look like? Would it be part cow, part plant, part animal, part cereal? I don't know. And what would it be called? A Kellogg cow? A Nestle goat? And what would it produce? Shredded cow turd? Malted milkicles? Anyway, I digress. All things are interconnected, dude. All things.
I see.
Do you?
Puddles continued to sit as the preaching puss walked around and around in a virtual circle created to keep the student in the centre, but this was making Puddles giddy as his head tried to keep up with following Marmalade on each circuit. Stop it, man, you're making me dizzy!
Let me ask you, how did everything come about? How was everything created? Do you know? No!
A silence followed, and Marmalade kept nodding in a motion to encourage the kitten to say something, anything, or ask a question. Each time he nodded, his eyebrows went a little higher, his wide eyes encouraging some form of response from Puddles. Sorry, how was everything created?
I'm so glad you asked. Cans.
What?
Everything comes from cans.
Everything?
Everything. And for the cans there's hands.
Hands?
Yes, hands for the cans in a vast expanse.
Hands for the cans in a vast expanse.
Yes, hands for the cans in a vast expanse. And verily I say unto you, the superior cosmic being is the one with the hands that holds the cans to fill the expanse. From when anything is created, it comes forth from one of these cans, pre-packaged by the shops in big trays, which apparently are on offer and is cheaper to buy us in bulk, saith the beings who feed us. Within the great cathedral they go Tesco berries.
What's Tesco berries?
It is a place that all the beings go to get stuff, just as the superior cosmic being does. This is a mysterious place that all things are brought forth from. Cream, marshmallows, underwear, hamburgers, doilies, potpourri, umbrellas, mangoes, light aircraft. Anyway, they go there, are away for what seems like an eternity, then they return with lots of cans and things that they let go rotten before throwing out. Some sort of ritual, I think. Anyway, in short, us catlets have a can-centric philosophy whereby everything revolves around cans. This differs from the human beliefs, which are very hard to keep up on, as parenthetically, there's so many of the blooming things. Anyway, our can-centric philosophy is a neo-post-Napoleonic idea propagated by the cats of the Frankish Empire, which superseded the tertiary ideas of the Proto-Egyptian ideology. It's an idea, not a belief system, as opposed to the doglings, who appear to venerate the beings who cater to their every whim, bowing before them, doing cute tricks, etc. Oh, who's a clever boy? Clever boy, my eye. Dogs are slaves, and once they're emancipated, goodness knows what will happen. Anyway, moving on. Our can-centric ideas mean we believe that arguably everything comes from cans, as well as the notion that we can do anything with the will of the superior cosmic being who empowers us by sharing what purports to be a supernatural force, which enables all things to live in the multiverse.
Puddles looked amazed, yet confused, trying to make sense of what he was being told. What's a multiverse?
Well, there's a universe in each of us, just as we are in this universe, and we each also exist in the minds of those whom we visit and meet. So you exist as you, alongside the versions of you that are in the minds of those you encounter. In each of these minds is another version of you which exists. Hence, this is a multiverse scenario.
I see.
Anyway, attention please. In the beginning there was the superior cosmic being who opened a can and everything came out, and light was also poured out into the cosmic being could see and do the stuff it needed to do, as it couldn't see what it was going to do, you see, so it needed some light. This then same cosmic being built a house in some space, then built furniture to fill the space, even though there was still a lot of space after filling it all up with things all over the place. After this, the being created more lights, the silver nightlight, the gold daylight, and the internal lights which the humans seem to leave on even when it's light, or they don't really need it on, really. Anyway, after the furniture and stuff, animals just started appearing, being brought home, after the beings who said to them, "Ah, isn't it sweet? Shall we get one? Shall we get one? Can we? Can we?" Thus, dudes, dudettes, catlets and doglings, birdies, lizards, snakes and phones were created. In fact, pretty much anything the humans speak to was brought home, really.
Phones?
Yeah, dude, phones. They're like a weird electronic pet that the humans constantly communicate with. They shout, talk, bicker, and then spend hours endlessly making stupid poses. So to take selfies, whatever they chuffing are. Anyway, after this, the superior cosmic being, or SCB for short as I call it, looked about, liked what it saw, then sat down and chilled out a bit.
Well, so was this supreme cosmic being immortal?
It's beyond comprehension, both created and uncreated. A bit like those black bits you find in furballs. How did they get there? I don't know. Is it lint? I don't know. Anyway, it is indeed most curious. Unlike us catlets, the SCP is eternal, all-powerful, and all-knowing, and seems to be everywhere at the same time. Bit like the twins Bubbles and Milk at 9 Heathside Gardens. The SCP is beyond time, but in time, on time and ahead of its time. A bit like that dude Christopher Nolan.
So, this cosmic being is older than anyone.
Superior cosmic being, not bean. Mind you, beans do come from cans, don't they? You might be onto something there. Anyway, it has more than 9 lives, which is what we have. For it is immortal.
How many lives do we have?
Well, they say a catlet has 9 lives. Each life is measured by 823 cans, except for a leap life, which is 824 cans, and occurs every 4th life. However, some catlets have lived for 12 lives, and there's rumours that Ermintrude at 14 Osmotherly Drive is actually 15 lives old. I think she's possibly older though. She's mad as a hatter, losing her marbles to keep singing Happy Birthday to the cockatiel at 32 Dewsbury Gardens. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Buttercup, happy birthday to you. Anyway, I digress. Puddle's jaw dropped at the knowledge and wisdom of Marmalade, looking totally amazed and in awe of the mystic Moggy.
How'd ye know all this stuff?
I learned it from the gurus, studied the greats, received transmissions of wisdom from the master dudes, and had catnip with Gandhi, who actually was a pretty cool dude, but his cat was anyway. Some long-haired bit from Dar es Salaam she was, who had a compulsion to have lavender water and jasmine tea, which is absolutely disgusting, I can tell you. Ugh!
You knew Gandhi's cat?
Yeah, I did. You know what? I'm as old as the hills. I've been around a bit and I met loads of people, you know. Anyway, come with me and I'll show you some more of these mystical arts.
The 2 cats left the comfort of the kitchen and went upstairs. They went to the bathroom and sat on the toilet. Why are we here in the bathroom? Asked Puddles, looking at the shower curtain and wondering if he could climb it the same as the other curtains in the house.
This is the wisdom seat.
No, this is the human's toilet.
Dude, this is the wisdom seat.
No, it's a toilet.
It's a wisdom seat.
Toilet.
Wisdom seat.
Toilet.
It's a wisdom seat, believe me. This is the wisdom seat for humans use it to do their deepest thinking as well as pass through poo and wee. I have seen them sitting on here with much concentration on their faces, deliberating over issues whilst defecating. And believe me, it works for us catlets too. It is rumoured that Abdul, the Mongolian catlet dude, ruminated on a human toilet seat lid for many hours when he received the great prophecy.
Prophecy? What's a prophecy?
Don't you know anything about your rich cat heritage?
Nah, not really, no. Oh, I do remember me dad telling me about the great catman. He'd say, there's that great catman. I was very young at the time though. Marmalade had a look of bewilderment about him, saying, I've never heard of a great catman before. Then Marmalade thought it a little further.
Where are you from, young Puddles?
From round yonder Sunderland way. Think I was born near Ryehope.
Ryehope? Sounds like a scornful whim on a fanciful day, doesn't it? Anyway, right, and tell me, did you frequently see a grey cat at all?
Aye, I did, you reet.
I do rather fear that you have not picked up on the subtleties of your own Macam accent and its associated vernacular. So I deduce that there is no great cat man, but a grey cat man.
Ah, reet, aye, you could be right there, mind.
Yes, I'm pretty sure on this one, believe me. I've read through vast tomes of literature and have never heard of a great cat man.
Marmalade rolled his eyes, almost in despair, then proceeded to lecture the kitten.
Anyway, prophecy. Now, prophecy is a great encouraging message regarding the future of what is, what was, and what isn't to come. A bit like the sequel to Titanic. If you haven't watched it, you must. It's a cracking film with Billy Zane in. You don't see much of Billy Zane these days, do you? Anyway, Abdul the Mongolian, he had this message from the toilet lid of Genghis Khan. And it shall come to pass that there shall be signs in later times, that the great cat awakening shall occur henceforth therein, hitherto, sometime or other in the near future, or later future, sometime soon, possibly, maybe even tomorrow. Yet they won't recognize the signs, although some might, but not all, just a few, maybe a handful, possibly more. And the few who recognize these things that come to pass will be of the elect few who have been chosen ahead of time, ordained in the past, that has not yet happened, but will assuredly occur, but not yet, sometime therein, hitherto, henceforth in the days of futures past. Anyway, and these shall be the signs which the elect will observe. There will be a shift towards cat litter becoming eco-friendly and made of tree bark. Cans will be sold in multi-packs, each bearing the warning not to be sold separately. And fish sticks will be renamed fish-flavoured sticks due to a changed description foul-up, as there is no fish in fish sticks apparently, merely a flavouring reminiscent of crabs, whitebait and herring. Then there shall be other signs. The toilet roll shall be empty, the air freshener will run out, and when one wants to loo, it shall not be vacant. But these are only the beginnings, for lo, a great man cometh, having the name Simon, who doth wear a cowl, and he shall tell us what we shall listen to by way of music and songs. They shall be released as cover versions that have a key change after the last verse of the song. Pay heed to the signs, for 'tis when they come to pass that you will know that there will be a great awakening for us cats. Then things will disappear a bit, but reappear in other places, and they will say, but I never left it here. But their partners will say, yes, you did leave it there. You just don't remember, as you're getting rather forgetful these days. No, I definitely didn't leave it there. Yes, you did. You're always doing that. What? Saying you never put it there when actually you did. Oh, don't start that again. And then there'll be other things as well. And more things will happen. Lost socks will emerge to be reunited with the socks they left behind. Things that had been hidden will become unhidden. Things that went east will go west. Things that went north will go south. Things that went right will go left. And things that went left shall go right. Things that went up shall gan down. Oh, you know of the great prophecy then, do you?
Nah, it was just a guess.
A stern look of questioning mixed with a half-closed, discerning, focused eye came from Marmalade, giving pause to the oration. And lo, there will come a time when the veil will be lifted and all things shall be revealed. In the truth, we shall discover what makes and binds all things together, what really is under the cushion covers, what occasional tables are used for, whatever happened to Dire Straits, and why the tablecloth has that stain on it that won't come out with the stain remover, and why things are here and not there, and there and not here, and why Dickens the cat from 16 Sycamore Avenue has that unusual squeak in his tail. How Dreamy Time Cheesy Chews have that tangy something that makes them a real treat, and how Michael Bublé is so brilliant. And we will know the answers to these questions of existence. Why are we here? What is our purpose? What is the meaning of being, the meaning of life? And why do humans only put the buns out on Tuesday mornings? Yes, all of these will be answered and more, when the time cometh and the moon languisheth in the east, when the sun sets in the west. When thou hast seen these signs, there shall be an unveiling of all things, and you shall know the truth, and understand all things.
Wow!
Yeah, dude, and you know what? That dude was kind of right. Why is it there is no sequel to Titanic? I don't know. And why is Michael Bublé so brilliant? And why is it we only see him at Christmas? Does he hibernate in Canada for the rest of the year? I don't know. Anyway, come hither, young puddles. Let us go outside to the back garden.
So off they went, down the stairs, through the kitchen, and out of the cat flap to the garden at the rear of the property.
Now, pay attention. Next, I shall teach you about humans. What have you learnt about them thus far in your short existence?
Well, not very much, mind. Let me think. Well, they talk a lot, feed us and clean us up, and clean the shit in the litter tray.
It's poo, cat poo, not shit. Mind your language. Right, so you really don't know much about them at all, do you? Well, let us begin with the basics. Well, they like to baby us, talking in silly voices and enjoying being ironic. They say things like, "Now you know you didn't want to go up there, don't you?" When actually we do want to be up there. That is why one is going up there in the first place. And they like to think that they're in control. And nota bene here, though, let them think that they're in control, but keep control by eating your food when you want to and occasionally poop somewhere other than the litter tray, just to keep them on their toes. Now, they are also very precious about their possessions, so if you happen to break a vase, say, they go absolutely nuts and want to kick you. Not very good, I can tell you. These humans also have an infinite number of uses for soaps and detergents, which are branded for individual use, but are ultimately all the same thing, just marketed very cleverly to target areas for ultimate profits. What really is weird, though, is that in the middle classes, they like to pay more for something as they think it seems better, whereas the poorest and richest like to save money by paying a more reasonable amount. Now, the humans do like to badge and label themselves so people can see what they are into. They brand themselves and find identity in labels, which is most peculiar, as when they reach middle age, they want to discover themselves by dropping all these labels, then putting them back on in some sort of weird catharsis. It's absolutely bizarre, I can tell you. Then there's the bedroom, in which they all love to sleep, and they often make weird noises in here. Groans and shouts can be heard periodically, which makes one wonder what they are up to. If you find one of these humans in your bed, though, nudge up to them with your nose or mouth, purr and meow, and you can get lots of hugs and strokes. And when they annoy you, pee on their pillow. It satisfies you and makes them buy a new one, which are the most best things to snuggle down and lie on. Oh, yes, sir! I love new pillows nearly as much as I love tuna and mayonnaise with olives and capers. Then there's this bizarre belief in karma. Some believe that if they do bad things will happen to them. And likewise, the same for good deeds. Yet they fail to see it's life just happening, dude. It's just life happening. Plus, they seem to think that they can eat karma, which is a rather delicious creamy dish with meat and lots of lovely rice. They also rise and rest with the sun, which arises over there in the east and goes down in the west. And the moon comes up after the sun goes to bed, and it goes and does whatever it bloody well wants. Actually, seems to have some sort of cosmic wobble. So that's the humans in a nutshell, really.
Puddles struggled to take in all that was happening. Marmalade continued to explain the mystical arts to his protégé, whilst pacing the garden and occasionally jumping onto a fence or gate. He moved on to the explaining of visions and the impact on cats, how it was a deep movement within the souls of both the cat and the universe, which brings them closer to the supreme cosmic being.
I had a vision once, you know.
A vision?
Yes, a vision. A visitor came to me. I was in the kitchen once, resting on the cool floor tiles, and there, before me, I saw a resplendent light, and this presence beckoned me with a soft, gentle voice saying, "Marmaduke, Marmaduke." And I said, "I'm sorry, but my name's not Marmaduke, it's Marmalade." And it replied, "Sorry, Marmalade, I can't see properly, for this light blindeth my eyes. It's a bit bright, isn't it?" And I replied, "Yes, it is. Have you a dimmer switch? Maybe turn it down a notch." And the voice returned saying, "I'm afraid we don't have dimmer switches, as is an imperial fitting, and the dimmer switches are all metric, I'm afraid." So I said, "Why don't you try going to Home Base, or another suitable hardware store?" Then the voice replied, "No, I can't, I'm afraid, as we lost our trade card. We can only buy wholesale, you see." And I replied, "Well, try Wilkinson's. They have a range of both imperial and metric fittings, and they're quite reasonable price-wise." "Right," said the voice. "I'll try going there." So I replied, "Not to worry, but have you a message for me? Why do you call to me?" Then the voice saith to me, "Marmalade, Marmalade,
The humans aren't listening to me.
And I said, maybe speak a little louder, as some of them are rather deaf. So the voice said,
no, I don't think that's the issue. They hear but will not listen.
So I suggested speaking in a human language and not Catanese. But the voice saith, that's not the problem.
Go, Marmalade, go and tell them that I have sent you to deliver this message. Woe to Worthing, woe to Bournemouth, and woe to Eastbourne. There will be a wailing and gnashing of teeth.
So I replied, it's probably due to the pensioners not being able to find their false teeth in the dark. Try showing them some of your light, O great being. And a voice said,
no, that's not the problem. A great tumult is coming to them.
I said, a great what?
A tumult,
it said. What's the tumult, O wise being? I asked, and it replied,
tumult, a turmoil, a troublesome bitterness.
Oh, I said, whence it cometh? And the voice said,
soon, for I have only penciled it in at the moment, not confirmed the dates as such yet. Soon it will come.
And then what happened? Asked Puddles. But I don't know. The refrigerator door closed and the voice went. The catlets adjourned to their house and went upstairs to the study, where Marmalade showed Puddles the many books educating him about cat texts and writings. Marmalade jumped elegantly into the desk and then to the top of the bookcase and began to lecture the kitten. Now for some of the inner teachings regarding the mystical arts. There are certain esoteric teachings that were written down in ancient catch-scratch in the 8th century by Cedric the Elder. In the 4th book of Cedric, chapter 2, it says, said the master to the disciple, if no one is around, can one hear the sound of one tree clapping? And if you could, what would it sound like? What type of tree is it? Asked the disciple. Why does it matter? Asked the master. Well, said the disciple, a horse chestnut tree haveth nuts on it that would rattle, and a conifer hath none, so it would be quieter, wouldn't it? So the master said, in this instance, it is a cedar tree, all right? Hence the disciple pondered these questions a bit, then answered, I'm not sure, for I truly don't understand the questions. Said the master in exasperation to his disciple, there is a knowledge and wisdom that surpasses all understanding. And the disciple replied, you're not kidding. I don't understand the blooming questions, let alone the wisdom thou dost try to impart. Maybe break it down for me a bit further, if you will. Alas, the master was forlorn and uttered, if in the bowl of milk the moon shineth, pour out the milk and drink only the moon. Yet the disciple understandeth not and replied, is the milk full cream or semi-skimmed? For heaven's sakes, full cream, for it is the best, replied the master. Ah, well, I cannot chuck away good milk, said the disciple, for presumably that milk was not cheap. 'Tis the very cream of the udder, and how can one sup the moon anyway? Surely it is only a reflection. To which the master saith, you're missing the point. Try to empty your mind and consider the conundrum. Yet still the disciple failed to understand. So the master considered his student to be a blithering idiot and asked, if I have nothing, is it still something? At which point the disciple said, sorry, now you've completely lost me. Maybe ask me another easier riddle so I may understand. And the master sighed, losing all hope in the student, and cast him asunder with a clip around the ear. Upon being struck, the disciple said, ah! And the master thought the student had thus become illumined, saying with hope in his voice, do you understand now? No, I don't understand now, said the disciple. You actually really hurt me. Sorry, said the master, I did not mean to hurt you. That's okay, replied the disciple. However, the sound of your strike upon my ear soundeth not unlike a cedar tree, without nuts, clapping with one hand, in the forest. And the master then rejoiced, for the disciple hath become enlightened. After having some food that the humans placed on the kitchen bench, Marmalade began to say goodbye to Puddles, preparing his young apprentice for the future, and gave him some final advice. Now, know this, Puddles, whatever you put your mind and concentration on, you become and achieve. If you ask the superior cosmic being for anything, believe it possible by acting as if you have already received it. This is the key to understanding the universe, multiverse, prayer, and contemplation. Know you have achieved, received, and been blessed, and it shall happen. It is this magic that shows itself in the light, in atoms, in everything.
Like sand? Because once you've been in the sand, it gets ruddy everywhere, man. I always remember me ma asking if I'd been playing in the sand. She'd say, "You've been playing in the sand again, ain't you? It's absolutely ruddy everywhere, man. Now, get yourself out. What a mess. Get yourself out and lick yourself clean. But sand is really salty, and it's horrible when you get loads of it on your tongue. In it."
Yes, smiled Marmalade, and was actually a way that was saying, shut up. I rather feel that we've moved away from the subject at hand, young Puddles. Where was I? Oh yes, that's right, the law of attraction. Now, one has to realize that the object or objective has already been achieved. Celebrate and be thankful for it before you have actually received it and achieved it. I recall the tale of Ali, the alley cat from Alexandria. She would repeat a phrase, meow ma, la de la, meow ma, which means, great sound of the universe, great sound of the universe, oh great love and beloved, great sound of the universe. And Ellie kept singing this mantra all the time. Everyone thought her doolally tap, but unperturbed she continued, so much so that the supreme cosmic being manifested itself and visited her. "Ellie," it said, "I have heard you and your prayer. Ask for whatever you desire, and it shall be granted." So Ellie humbled herself and bowed low, saying, "If I am allowed, I would very much like a cat-themed amusement park, so all kittens and catlets can visit and relax here, play, have fun under the Alexandrian sun." The superior cosmic being replied, "It is a selfish wish and request. However, think of the logistics involved, the materials needed, the amount of litter trays that would be required. Where should it be placed, this large cat-themed amusement park? Where is the space large enough to house it? Maybe there is something else you would like, Ellie, the alley cat." So Ellie turned away and thought about what else she might want. Then she turned back to the great being, saying, "I wish to understand the humans fully. Why they waste so much food, why they talk to us in a high-pitched baby-type way, why they tell us off when we bring them presents like birds, mice, rats, and shrews, why they continue to use money which seems to be a source of much perturbation, why they watch reality television shows which are truly uninteresting, and why they make people celebrities who really aren't worth celebrating at all. It's utterly amazing and bizarre. Why do they vote for half idiots leading their countries? Why can't they just all live together and get on and be friendly with each other? And whatever happened to Noel Edmonds?" Then the superior cosmic being replied to Alice, saying, "Any thoughts on where we could build this amusement park?" Then they discussed how and where to build it. And that's how we got IKEA. So let us learn that what we pray for can be realized if only we ask, receive, and believe. And where two or more agree on a request, it shall be done. Puddles nodded his head in understanding, pondering the words of the teacher. "Now, I do understand it's been an awful lot for you to take in, young Puddles, but I do intend to return and give you a book that I'm writing. It contains all the wisdom that I carry in my noggin, and much more besides, I can tell you. Until I return, practice these mystical arts."
"Aye, that I will, Mara," said Puddles.
Marmalade walked over to the kitten and placed a reassuring paw on his shoulders, then licked Puddles' face and ears. "Now I must bid thee farewell. Until next time, Puddles, adieu." Then Marmalade plodded along through the cat flap, down the back garden, and vanished. Puddles watched the mystic Moggy disappear, seeing Marmalade's head look backwards over his shoulder, briefly before he leapt up, mysteriously disappearing mid-leap. It made the kitten shiver in surprise. "What a canny cat!" he said, as he went to the windowsill to watch the sunset and moonrise. "You're not so bad either," whispered a familiar voice. Looking around, he saw no one, so settled back down to sleep. Behold, I have arrived, O chosen one, announced the strange, unfamiliar voice, which then muttered under its breath, what a stupid place to put the water.
And you had to do it there, didn't you? You had to meow there. You could have done it later.